I'm going to say something that's going to annoy a lot of people. If PvE Tarkov makes you angry, there's a chance you actually don't hate PvE. You hate that some players can finally enjoy Tarkov without being your content or your loot pinatas. And before the comments start, I play PvP. I love PvP. I find it's the heart of Tarkov. But I'm not here to sell you a teddy bear mode. I've played PvE too. And this whole PvE players aren't real Tarkov players thing is just, well, frankly, embarrassing. Alright, listen. If you're here to get angry, you're in the right place. If you're here to have an actual conversation, even better. And just a quick one. If you like Tarkov content that's not just here's a meta build, consider hitting subscribe. Because today we're talking about the thing that turns grown adults into toddlers. People moaning about PvE Tarkov. And I'm warning you now, I'm going to be fair, but I'm also going to be a little bit savage. This debate refuses to die because it's not really about bots. It's about identity, it's about status, and it's about who gets to sit at the real Tarkov table. And it flared up again because Nikita basically poked the hornet's nest with a poll about PvE. Like, should PvE be free, or should it be deleted? Now, even if it's tongue-in-cheek, you already know what happens next. This was an X joke. He posted it on X as a poll. So everyone stops playing the game and starts playing X Wars. At the time it was reported, the poll sat around 53%, saying make PvE free, out of 17,000 votes. And roughly 28 to 29% said delete it. That's not a small disagreement, that's a community split. So here's my stance, clean and simple. I main PvP because the adrenaline is unmatched. I played PvE because sometimes I want Tarkov without the nonsense. And no one, and I mean no one, should be telling other people how to play a video game they paid for. If someone buys Tarkov and they want PvE, that's their choice, their money, their time. And I know already, I can hear the keywords warming up. Yeah, but it splits the player base. Hold on, we'll get there. But first I want to address the part that's actually cringe. This whole PvE isn't real Tarkov gatekeeping vibe. If your enjoyment depends on other players suffering, that's not hardcore. It's just weird. So now let's talk numbers, because this is where people just start making stuff up. Battlestate doesn't give us a clean public dashboard that says, here's PvE, here's PvP, here's the exact active split today. So what we have is a developer stated info reported by outlets. And the most repeated stat, credited Nikita in interviews and reporting, well, it goes like this. At the start of Wipe, roughly 15 to 20% choose PvE. And about 80% go, well, you guessed it, PvP. But as the Wipe goes on, it trends towards roughly a 50-50 split later in the Wipe. Now obviously this is going to change because we've now got our 1.0 and a persistent character. But we do have the new approach with the seasonal character wipes. So we'll see how the numbers split, knowing that Tarkov is fully released. But when you think about it, if that's even close to truth, that's massive. Because what that tells you is PvE isn't just some tiny side mode for people who can't handle it. It becomes a retention home when wipe fatigue kicks in. Well, let's pause. Think about what that means. If PvE didn't exist, a lot of those players wouldn't magically be in your PvP raids. They'd be gone, logged off, playing something else. So it's not PvE stole my PvP lobbies. It's PvE kept people playing Tarkov at all. That's a different conversation. And here's where it gets spicy. A chunk of PvP players aren't mad because Tarkov is PvP at its core. They're mad because PvP is hard at when the casual base isn't there. Because let's be brutally honest, not everyone complaining wants fair fights. Some people want to stomp Timmies, they want easy raids, they want that I'm a god feeling. And when the wipe gets late and the casuals slide into PvE, what's left in PvP? Other chads, other demons, other people with 6,000 hours and a caffeine addiction. So suddenly, raids can feel dead or too sweaty. And then you start hearing it like a battle cry. PvE is killing the game. No, mate. PvE is removing your free dopamine hit. And if that makes you angry, maybe ask yourself why. Now, I will be fair. PvE isn't free to run. During the whole Unheard and PvE access controversy, there was reporting that Battlestate claimed they didn't have separate server capacity for everyone who expected PvE access right away. So yeah, PvE has infrastructure costs. No argument here. But that doesn't lead to delete PvE. That leads to support it properly, price it fairly, and stop treating players like criminals for enjoying it. Because the absolute worst vibe in any gaming community is you're playing wrong. And another thing, people act like there's only one true Tarkov. But Tarkov has always been like 8 different games wearing one trench coat. You've got the questers, loot goblins, hideout addicts, market flippers, the role players, the I only run lab psychos, and the hardcore lads doing pistol only runs like it's a religion. And then the PvP hunters who just want blood. So then think of it this way. PvE is just another lane. And honestly, the same people who shout PvE is easy mode are often the same people who complain about cheaters, desync, white burnout, getting one-tapped by a guy they never saw. So what do you actually want? Do you want a hardcore game, but only when it's hardcore for other people? Some of you don't want hardcore. It's actually validation you're looking for. Now, here's the part the comments always miss. There is one legit PvP concern. Last wipe, if more people drift into PvE, PvP can feel sweatier and sometimes less populated depending on region and time. Well, that's fair, but the solution isn't delete PvE. The solution is make PvP irresistible. Imagine late wipe incentives, PvP events, boosted XP, meaningful dynamic tasks that push people into conflict, better rewards for risking gear and staying longer. And, I know it's a dirty word, better new player onboarding so they don't quit in 2 weeks. This isn't rocket science. And obviously with the new approach with seasonal wipes coming for Tarkov 1.0, I really do think it's going to keep people playing long term. Because if you want full lobbies, you need 2 things. Players who are having fun, and players who believe they have a chance. PvP helps one for a lot of people, and PvP can still win if it's designed properly. So here's where I land. If you play PvP, respect, I'm there with you. If you play PvE, also respect. You paid for the game and you're allowed to enjoy it. But if you're still typing PvE players aren't real Tarkov players, I need you to hear this. You don't own Tarkov. You're just loud and cry a lot. So answer me these, honestly. Should PvE be free? Or should it be cheaper? And what would make PvP feel alive again throughout the game cycles? And be honest, are you mad about PvE? Or are you mad you can't farm casuals as easily? Drop your take in the comments. If you enjoy chaos, like the video, subscribe, and as always, take it easy. Just not in labs.